And they don't need a name. All right? They just need the witness to say, I saw him do it. But as soon as you get on to this commercial stuff and all this statutory stuff, they got to have that name. And he said specifically, if I don't have a name, there's no way I can proceed against you. I agree with you. Okay, so that's how I went down with all that stuff. Is that? That's what I know. Yeah. Okay. Well, this is what we got into the usury thing right there. I wanted you to understand why. Okay, as a foundation, because a lot of times I'll do seminars and stuff, and I'll talk, or I hear other people at seminars and they talk as if other people understand things, and they don't get it. And if they don't get that base thing, this easy thing here, it goes over their head too. I want you to imagine all the wealth of the United States. When I'm talking about the United States, I'm talking about the land mass, all the people, all their productivity. Maybe we can use these two pictures as the representative of that. Okay? When I'm flying an airplane, I can really see it. I mean, it's unbelievable how big and vast our country is. All the trees, all the fish, the mountains, all the gold in the hills. Okay, the oil that's underground, everything the men and women have produced, the men and women themselves, the cattle on 1,000 hills, everything. Okay, guess who it belongs to? Me and you. Okay, that's who it belongs to. Okay, and in 1933, okay, June 5th, 1933, actually April 5th, 1933, Franklin D. Roosevelt, through a 20-year conspiracy from 1913 when they passed the Federal Reserve Act and the income tax law, all right, got to the point where they bankrupted the country, okay, got everybody in a panic through the Great Depression, okay, and said you can't have any more gold and silver, you can't have any more gold, there's nothing to pay your debts with. And we're in bankruptcy, okay, and to stay in this commerce of bankruptcy to work, we are going to hypothecate everything to the international bankers. Now, in order for them to hypothecate this, there's a difference between a pledge and a hypothecation. A pledge is when you actually give, if I want to pledge my car, I give it to the banker and he keeps it as a pledge over there. That's collateral. If I hypothecate it, I get to keep it, but he gets it on paper and he can come repossess it if things don't go right. Okay? But that's if it's your debt. It's a hypothecation if it's somebody else's debt. So they hypothecated our stuff for their corporate debt. Okay? Now, in order for them to do that, totally illegal. Okay? Totally against our Constitution, unless they give us just compensation. Okay? So their version of giving us just compensation was that we're immune from debt. No more can anybody ever tell us that they can demand any particular type of currency from us. Okay? And anything we want to give them, a piece of toilet paper that says I owe you on it, that's what we can give them. And they did that through House Joint Resolution 192. And it was codified in June 5th, 1933, which 60 days after they took everything away. So it didn't go into effect until then, so they had to, they had to give us just compensation. Part of that was House Joint Resolution. You just go HJR 192, plug it in on the internet, or just come up.
Yep.
All right. It got codified into Public Law 7310 because it's the 73rd Congress. All right. At the same exact time, that made us all creditors to the United States. Okay? That means we're in a supreme situation. We are the primary creditors to the United States. They owe us. Okay? They owe us big time. And, okay, the people that they owe to were the banks. So they're the secondary creditors. We're the primary creditors. All right? That gives us a supreme position in all matters. But they had to trick us out of it. So they came out at the exact same time with the New Deal. Y'all come get this number. You won't have to take responsibility for your lives and everything you're involved in, and we'll take responsibility for you under our New Deal. And out of ignorance, everybody signed up for it. But they really didn't, because they created a bankruptcy couldn't do that to you, a bankrupt corporation. So they had to create an entity that we call the straw man, which is this corporate all capital letter name thing. All right? And they got You know, how do you know the difference when you're this tall and that's all you're tall? You don't know. All right. So this has been around, you know, for that many years. Now we're just starting to get a hold of the fact that we don't have to go along with this stuff. In that same House Joint Resolution 192, it says that anything that's public, now when I say public, that means anything that, any corporation that exists out there. Okay, and the straw man would be a corporation. All right, any corporation, none of them can say that you have to pay them in any particular form of currency. They say, I'm only going to pay cash. I'm only going to pay this. It's a felony for them to say that. All right, you can hang them. You know, the banker. You can get the banker. The banker.
Well, they can't even define cash, and neither can you.
Well, that's right. I have to ask them. I said, what are you talking about? Cash.
What is it?
Yeah, what is cash?
Define it.
Cash is. Well, I don't. So if you can make a judicial determination for me, please, about what cash is, so I can get to the bottom of it.
Well, the definition that is given in the dictionaries is that cash is money. And so you look up money, that's cash.
Okay, I've got the argument up. Is this what you're saying you want? Then these Federal Reserve notes, and that's all you take from me? Good. You can't say that. That's a felony. All right.
Under what statute?
What, is it a felony?
What statute says it's a felony?
Well, that's codified in Title 12. I have to look it up for you, but House Joint Resolution 192 says it's against the law.
Oh.
Yeah. It does say...
Title 12 or Title 18? Title 18
well, both of them. The penalty is in Title 18, I believe. Okay, Title 12 is...
Yeah, because it sure ain't in Title 12.
So, what did you say?
It sure ain't in Title 12.
Okay, I don't know everything.
Well, I don't either.
Yeah, I know, but most of all the statute has to do with all this stuff is going to be Title 12, Title 18, and Title 31. Okay. Now, they also said that they also told you that Federal Reserve notes, okay, are legal tender for all debts, public and private. That doesn't mean that you have to take it for your car. It just means if you let the guy get in debt to you for the car, then you have to take it, or you discharge if you refuse. Does that make sense? They also said currency from national banks is legal tender for all debts, public and private. All right, now what I'm here to give you good news about is each and every one of you, according to these sections of Title 12, Title 18, and Title 31, are national banks. At the point you start issuing currency. If you're not issuing currency, you're not a national bank to the point you actually do that. Okay? So, what does that do for you? How much is all that wealth worth? How much is it? They owe it to you. And they say, okay, in these statutes, if I've got them all here, okay, and I can forward everything to you, all right, that anything you tender to the Treasury Department, okay, or make payable to them, anything you make payable to the Treasury Department, or what they say negotiable to the Treasury Department, okay, becomes an obligation of the United States Treasury. All right, becomes their obligation. That means each and every one of your debts becomes a Treasury obligation. So this language is confusing to people. For a reason, I could read that, 5 years ago and go, that doesn't have anything to do.
So the Treasury got to pay your debts.
The Treasury has to pay your debts. Now why? Because they took everything, okay, from you.
Right.
All right? So they call it an offset. That means, here, Mr. Treasurer, I'm going to give you this, which is my debt. I'm accepting it for value, and I'm signing it over to you, and I'm handing it to you. Just take it off what you owe me. Okay? That's what they call an offset.
So do you know what a Treasury Offset Account is?
Yes.
Can you explain that for me, please?
Oh, my God.
It's simple. It's simple.
Yeah, it is. I mean, if you're a man, you were born here, you got it. You got an offset account.
And so you can,
Yeah, let's let him go through the whole thing then.
Well, it's going to be hard to go through the whole thing. You just take
Can't do that.
Yeah, go what you can tonight.
yeah.
See what now? No. You didn't become an offset account. You have one. You have an offset account. Now,
I heard some wording, you said, if you were a man, is that in the statute that was specifically for men only for this account or were women included in the account?
no, it doesn't say it like that. It doesn't say it like that.
Because I know that website trick.
What they do is they say an unincorporated person.